What's up, shitheads? It's Ryan and Travis back with another episode of Dudes Talking Shit. This is episode number 14. Travis, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Have you ever had to call 911?
No. I'm sorry.
You've never had to call 911?
Never.
For anything?
No, I've been in a couple of situations. Oh, no, that's a fucking lie.
Here we go. Story time.
Yeah, so my little brother had some really bad like stomach and intestinal issues. And so when I still lived in Newfoundland, we had a house together.
Yeah.
So myself and Stephanie lived upstairs and he lived in the downstairs basement apartment. And he came up one night and he fucking collapsed and was having like crazy pain. And so we had to call an ambulance for him because we thought like there was like he's not a dramatic person by any means. He's like very mellow, even keel human. And if he comes upstairs and says, "Hey, dude, need you to call a fucking ambulance," then shit was on.
Why didn't he just call it himself though? If he was good enough to go upstairs.
He was too far because I think he was just trying to get up to us. And as soon as he got up there, he like collapsed and was like, "Hey." He didn't say it calmly by any means, but that was the only time. And the paramedics were fucking dicks.
They usually are.
They were such dicks, man.
What time of day was it?
Would have been like 11:30 at night.
Oh, well, that's why. Probably shift change. And that was their like last call or something.
No, they probably do sevens, I bet.
Think so?
That's what most like shift workers for first responders are sevens.
Like 7 to 7?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's what nurses. I know police.
So what you're saying is if I'm
feel
gonna
like
rob a bank, do it
firefighters
at 7.
7 o'clock is your time. Yeah, everything I've ever seen is people start and end at 7 who do 12-hour shift work.
Not thinking about robbing a
except for
bank,
firefighters.
but I mean, all I'm saying is it just seems like the good time to commit a bad crime.
Dude, if you knew what shift change time was, because like say it's right at 7, Mike is fucking back at the station, getting changed into his civvies, getting ready to go home for the night, and a call comes in. He's going to be like, fuck that. And there's a little overlay where they're shooting shit at the station.
Yeah,
like
water cooler talk.
Yeah, everybody's in the locker room. Like, one shift's getting ready to go home, the other shift's done. Have you had to call 911?
I have a couple times. I mean, I've done it by accident a few times.
By accident?
No, for real. While at work, you got to dial 9 to press to call out.
That happens all the time at work too.
So I've done that, and then I've like went to type 1 for like the air, like because it was a long distance call, and I didn't realize that I pressed 1, and then all of a sudden like they're asking me, I'm like, no, I don't need fucking help. But no, I've had to call 911 for real one time, man. We spun out on the highway and ended up like 50 feet down an embankment in a car one time, and I had to call 911 for that.
Did anybody die?
No, it's a weird fucking thing. So it was at night. We were driving at like in a stretch of the highway where there was no streetlights.
Yeah.
A car coming towards us had their brights on, and like we just legitimately, I was in the back seat. The driver and I, for whatever it's worth, couldn't see at all. Like that fucking those brights were just so bright. Yeah. So he purposely veered off to the right a little bit. It was a straight road, but
yeah,
veered off a little bit just so he could feel like the rumble strips on the side, so he knew like
where he was.
Yeah, exactly. And all of a sudden, like, I don't know what happened, but as soon as he hit that, I think like it startled him. Like he felt like he was going too fast towards them.
Yeah.
So he overcorrected and then all of a sudden we did like this fucking donut on the wet highway. So I vividly remember looking out like the passenger side from the back seat at these 2 white lights flying straight at me. And then like within like, I don't know, it felt like an instant, like there was no frames in between in my memory. It just, and then all of a sudden those turned into red lights going the other way. So like, the only thing I can come up with is one car is coming towards us, and we basically like spun around this other car and then we off the road side of the road, and then down some embankment. It was just fucking bumpy as shit. And the only thing I really remember is like just basically waiting for my face to smash off the seat in front of me because we hit a tree or something, or fucking off a cliff, or felt like I was just waiting for something. And I remember vividly saying, why the fuck aren't you stopping? Like I felt like we were going way too fast, as if the driver was like KO'd or something and he was on the gas instead of like in neutral or foot off the gas or brakes or anything. We were still going too quick. And then when we stopped eventually, it was pitch black because
Yeah.
it was a fucking forest at night. We somehow dodged all the trees, didn't smash into anything. We just came to like kind of a pretty gentle but abrupt stop. And I look out the window and we're right on the edge of a cliff. Just like in every fucking movie, the cliff turned out to be a pretty short one. Like we were talking like 10 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
And so we all climb out. The car does not lose its balance and fall off or anything.
Yeah.
And then we had to call 911. This was at like 1 in the morning. Cops and ambulances and shit, no one showed up until the sun was up.
What?
Yeah. We're talking like, well, I mean, I don't mean fully up, but I'm talking like 5:30 in the morning when the sun's like coming up. Like it's light out now. It took that fucking long.
What were you guys doing?
Oh, we were just going on a random fucking road trip.
No. What did you do while you waited for the ambulance and cops?
Kind of complained to each other about how fucking ridiculously long it's taking. Like we were all fine. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt at all. Like as soon as we came to the stop, I know if you ever feel like you're injured, first thing to do is wiggle your toes. If you can wiggle your toes, you know your neck and back aren't broken.
Yeah.
And that's all I cared about. And then I started like the adrenaline, like I was trying to like feel the rest of me. Like, okay, I don't feel like I have nothing fucking, no
Stuck in
whiplash, nothing was sore.
Yeah.
Like my heart rate's not going too much. So I feel like the adrenaline's wearing off. I'm like, all right, I'm good.
No lacerations.
Yeah, and then I checked on the other three that were in the car. Everyone was fine. Finally, when a tow truck showed up and shit, they had to haul it out by chains, like drag this thing up. The only damage on that fucking vehicle was a Ford Taurus, was a missing mudguard.
No way.
That was it. Like everything. There wasn't a fucking crack in the bumper. There was like some grass stains from the deep grass and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But there was no like visible damage. There was nothing. Everything like was fine to the point where we were like, well, I guess we can just drive home. Like the cops fucking gave us a hard time and all this shit. We're like, hold on a sec. Like I told you what happened. Like, well, why didn't anyone stop? I don't know why the fuck nobody stopped. Like,
why didn't you show up?
yeah, why exactly? Oh, it was fucking ridiculous. But that was the only time I had to call 911 for an emergency. Called them one other time for a non-emergency.
What was the non-emergency?
I called them and I said, and this is when I was 7, or I guess it must have been like 8 or 9 actually.
Yeah.
And I said, there's a man in my house making me do things I don't want to do. It was my stepfather telling me to do my homework. Absolutely true story. I didn't think anything of it was going to happen. All of a sudden the cops start showing up, like swarming the house basically because they think some kid's being tortured. Meanwhile, I'm just being told to do my homework. I get a little bit of shit for that, grounded for a bit, but
Lesson learned of how to and to not use 911.
well, at least I knew they responded to a little boy with a prepubescent voice that's high pitched that sounded like a girl. They replied.
Man, have you been in like many car accidents, or was that the biggest one?
That I don't even consider that a car accident because like
No, that's true.
we were completely unscathed. All it did was like inconvenience our little road trip, which was just like there was no plan. We just were all bored one night. We're like, yeah, let's fucking drive to another city that's an hour and a half away or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were just gonna hang out there and then drive back. Like there was nothing. We didn't have a plan.
Small town Canada stuff.
Basically, yeah, exactly. So I don't even consider that an accident because, like I said, vehicle wasn't damaged. All it did was inconvenience us for like 4.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was a cool story. Like the fact that like nothing happened is just miraculous. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a firm believer in higher powers or anything, but something or someone or something was looking over us that time because that was like, it's a fucking wooded forest, like highway in northern Ontario. And somehow we managed to find the only straight line, 50 feet or so, down a fucking pretty steep embankment in between all these trees and not hit a thing. Like one tree that was like 8 inches wide would have fucked us.
Oh, dude, if you had to fucking wrap the car around that, like,
Yeah.
that's how like bad shit happens. Like,
That's what I
neck
mean.
injuries, back injuries.
Yeah, and we
Oh,
were all
fuck.
fine, and the car was too. It wasn't my car; it was a friend of mine's. But anyway, like that was the closest I've ever been to an accident. The only other closest thing was one car hit my parents' car when I was like literally in a baby seat,
Yeah.
and it was like I think an Oldsmobile. I don't know, something like maybe whatever the Cutlass sort of Oldsmobile version is. We just got hit in that in a parking lot. Like we were parked, they just backed into us. That was the closest. Never been in a car accident. I'm
Dude.
too good of a driver.
Fuck you. The only car accident I've ever been in is wait, is that the only one? I
Nope,
think.
not looking like it.
Man, my fucking graduation day from high school. So I'm driving my parents' fucking Honda Odyssey minivan because, you know, cool. And
Comfy.
I fucking rear-ended some other guy's dad's Mercedes. It was the fucking most embarrassing shit ever. And you've been in the car with me. I'm a very distracted driver.
Yeah.
I'm always looking at shit, looking out the window, looking around and stuff. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. I was looking out the fucking driver's side window and right into the back of a Mercedes.
Were you on your way to graduation?
Yep.
You're on your way there.
Yeah.
You didn't get a drive. You drove yourself to your graduation?
Yeah. And then I left my graduation and went to my friend's birthday party. And that was a way better time anyways. He didn't go to our high school and we were like, he had a keg. We did a keg stand. It was a fucking good time. That was a fucking great time.
Keg stands are fun on the 58-liter kegs, but on those 20-liter ones, they're fucking hard, man. You're fucking wobbling all over.
Oh, the torpedoes don't work.
It's nothing but wrist power.
Yeah.
Speaking of high school, was high school fun for you? Like those 4 or 5 years, whatever you did?
No.
Really? So you wouldn't do it over again if you
No.
if you had the opportunity to somehow turn the time back but have your current brain?
No.
Would you do it?
No.
No shit.
My current brain?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, it wasn't an overly good time for me. I wasn't an attractive person in high school.
Yeah, you were fat or something, right?
Yeah, I was super fucking fat. And yeah, I just I just didn't have a great time. I didn't feel like I hung out with like the metalhead and the music kids a little bit, but then I also hung out with like some of the more popular kids. Then I also hung out with some of the kids who did sports. Then I also hung out with the kids who did drugs. So I don't think I ever in high school developed like a good friend group.
Yeah.
My really close friends weren't in high school. In my high school, three of us were in different schools.
Gotcha.
So yeah, like the weekends of high school were fucking great because I'd go hang out with my buddies.
Yeah.
And that was wicked. And we go like ride BMXs and stuff. But yeah, no, I didn't particularly enjoy high school. It wasn't great. My early 20s were my favorite. That was like the time of my fucking life.
Fuck, I loved high school. If I could go back and do it again, I fucking would.
Yeah, what did you like so much about it?
Everything, man. I liked the routine. I'm a very routine based kind of person. Like I like to just do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Every day. That's why I think I'd probably do well in prison. As long as you gave me like internet or something. Like that's the thing you don't get, I know. But no, I'm all about fucking routine. I like the routine of it. I like the social aspect of it. I had fun. Like I never ran into any issues in high school.
Yeah.
Like I was never at any point like bullied or anything like that.
Yeah.
The closest I ever came to getting bullied was some guy that used to like purposely try to fuck with me in school. Like, I was talking to this guy, Patrick, one time, and he had a very nasally voice. He sounded like, you know, like fucking,
know it all.
like Fran from The Nanny.
Yeah.
Like a voice like that. You know?
She was the fucking worst.
Just wicked, but the worst voice.
Oh.
But he had a voice kind of like that.
No, bro, she was not fucking hot.
No, she was just wicked. She was funny.
Oh, we use wicked in different terms. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, so me and this Patrick feller were talking, and we were talking about something to do with fucking lunch or something. And he said the word peanut butter, and I started laughing at the way he said it. He said it normal. It's just he said it very like nasally. So he's like, "Yeah, little peanut butter."
Peanut butter.
Yeah. And I started saying that, and then some other fucking dipshit that used to like give me a bit of a hard time heard me say that. Somehow he decided to turn it into a story and try to make it into a rumor that I was putting peanut butter on my balls and letting my dog lick it off. Because this was like right after that road trip movie came out.
Yeah.
Problem is, didn't have a fucking dog.
Problem is.
Yeah. And my mom would have fucking shot me if I took our fucking peanut butter and put it on my nuts. But so he started calling me peanut butter. Every time he'd see me, he'd call me peanut butter. And then I don't fucking care. That's not an offensive thing, but like, fuck off. Call me my name, you know, like, or call me a cool nickname, like something.
I want to go like fucking snakes.
No, my nickname for most of high school was Cake. Because I fucked the cake. But he kept calling me peanut butter. I didn't like it. He was in my gym class, and he would like push me on purpose. Yeah. So he would like push me from behind so that it would like whiplash my neck and it would fucking hurt. You know, when you're not expecting to be like shoved from behind. So he would do shit like that to me.
Were you of this stature in high school?
Yeah. Like I was probably close to fully grown. Like as far as like I was a solid.
You were skinny as fuck though.
Yeah, I was a solid 6 feet tall, but I was like all tendon strength, you know, from like skateboarding and BMXing and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like playing sports.
How heavy were you in high school at like 6 foot? Because I've seen pictures. You were a slim fucking dude.
Yeah, but I still had some more weight than you might expect. So I was probably in the 170s.
That's slim for over 6 feet.
Oh, well then that's what I was. But anyway, this guy, we were playing dodgeball one day, and he was on my team.
Yeah.
And he purposely, like, he said, "Hey Ryan, watch this." And I turn around, and he fucking whipped the ball directly at my face when I'm on my own team. And I wear glasses, so it smashed my glasses, like not literally the lenses, but one popped out. It's folded them into my face, and that's when I said, I didn't say a word. He's just like, "Oh, you should have ducked, haha, heads up." And I'm just like, all right, didn't say a word. And I knew he had track practice after school.
Yeah.
So I purposely, like, I had shop class. So like that we did for small engine shit. So I got a lead pipe. I don't know if it was lead. It was some sort of metal, like aluminum alloy of some sort, but it wasn't like, it was like a baseball bat.
Was this your first victim?
No, it was like a softball bat, you know, like those aluminum baseball bats?
Yeah.
It was like that, but it wasn't a baseball bat.
Sure.
And I knew he had to walk down the trail that's behind the school to get to the track where the track is and everything.
Are you going to admit to a criminal offense right now?
Yeah, but you can't prove it. So I knew he'd be there, so I brought my buddy Bryant, and I'm like, "Yo, you're my heads up. Tell me when this Daniel guy's coming by." I stood behind a dumpster, like a recycle bin sort of thing, and waited. And as soon as he was there, I just went. As soon as he turned, wham, wham, right in the fucking sides of his knees, like Nancy Kerrigan to fucking Tanya Harding back in the 1994 Winter Olympics, you know, before that figure skating. Just like that. I started just maybe 10 times I fucking laid into just the sides of his kneecaps. He was down on the ground screaming, of course. And I just fucking put one foot on his chest, held the pole right in front of his face, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you forget 1,000 things a day. Better make this one of them." And I just walked away. My face wasn't covered or nothing. And the cool thing is, not only is that fucking badass, but that line is in Grand Theft Auto 5, which didn't come out for like fucking 9 years after that.
You're going to go to jail.
Yeah, that was a fucking wicked. I think he might be a video game script writer now, because where the fuck do you come up with a line like that? I never learned that anywhere. It's not in any movies that I'm aware of. I just stood on his chest, put the thing right in his face, and I said, like, no face covered or nothing. I thought about wearing a mask or putting something over my face to do it, but I just like I wanted him to know that it was me, and he never fucked with me again for the rest of my high school. Not one time.
Yeah, because you crippled him.
He was back walking in a couple weeks. Like, he was on, like, crutches and shit like that for a while, but he was all right. I didn't kill him. It just fucked up his legs a bit.
Bro.
Yeah.
You're going to get... That's a bad one.
But word was out that it was me, but no one was snitching on me. So, like, I feel like that really set up my high school for not getting bullied. Because, you know, being a skinnier fucking kid with glasses, generally, you get, like, the nerd and geek lines, and you can get...
Emo kid.
Yeah, you can get bullied a little easier like that. And anyway, it set me up for never having to do with that. I was known as a striker after that.
Yeah, I'd fucking say, dude. Man,
Yeah.
that's fucked.
No one ever fucked
beat
with
the
me.
shit out of somebody with a
Yeah,
weapon.
I never hit him in the body or the face, though. Only the legs, because...
Why do you think fucking that's less bad?
Well, you got two of them. You got two legs. You only have one chest.
Why did you hit him in the arm?
Well, because he doesn't need his arms for track, Travis.
Oh.
I wrecked his entire high school career.
Piece. Whoa.
He was on the track team. He was on his way to fucking
That's
track
even
practice.
more
So
malicious.
no, I fucking ended it. It was done after that. There was no more for him. He's fucked. I wonder what that idiot's doing now. I don't really
Do you
care.
think we can get him on the podcast?
Like, call him up on Facebook or something. I could probably look him up and hit that call number.
FaceTime him. Sup, bitch?
Hey, bitch, you forget 1,000 things a day. Better make this one of them.
Come here, I got some peanut butter on my nuts. Fucking lick it off.
That would be gold. I should send him a picture of my nuts with peanut butter on them. Yes, man. With me with a fake trophy from like winning a track comp or something.
Come lick this peanut butter, bitch.
Yes, man. You never got into any fights in high school?
No, man, I was pretty fucking chill.
Really?
Like, yeah, I hung around with like a lot of different friend groups, but yeah, no, I didn't have any issues with anybody. I was very relaxed.
No shit. There was only that, and I got into one fight with someone in high school.
Yeah.
Like an actual fight.
Like a good up in the pit.
No,
Did
we
you
did
guys
it.
have a
No,
pit?
yeah, but actually
What happened in the pit?
It wasn't. No, I did it in the fucking hallway.
Yeah, but what happened in the pit? Like, if your school had a pit, what was it?
Some people smoked weed and cigarettes. Like that was about it.
Okay.
Every now and then you'd get someone that snuck in like a Mike's Hard Lemonade and like 5 people to share it, and then they were somehow hammered all afternoon. But that was about it that happened. Like,
What was your second fight?
I was this guy I went to. He was in Air Cadets with me, so he also knows how to zigzag from a rhino. But he you really don't like that, eh?
Every time you say that, it makes me so fucking mad.
That it was there.
It makes me so upset. This is like the entirety of our relationship. You say some bullshit ass stuff to me, and I'm like, fuck you. Like, that's not real. You're an asshole for even saying that. And then it's like, hey, dude, check this out. It's like, fuck! Every time.
The proof is in the pudding, pal.
It's like the fucking Dana White tweet. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that one where I tweeted him. And he tweeted right back at me.
Fucking terrible. I hate you.
When I was in high school, I was also in Air Cadets, and this
Yeah.
guy that was in Air Cadets was a dick to me in Air Cadets.
Yeah.
He was like, I wouldn't call it bullying. He was just rude, and he was a year or something older than me. His name was Courtney. So back in 2000, I definitely called him a faggot to his face.
Ooh,
all the fucking
rough
time.
word, Johnny.
Yeah, but
rough word.
yeah,
I get it.
but
Time and place.
Yeah, but back then it was you were allowed to say it then. You know?
100%. It was. That was an open word.
Right. So I used to call him that all the time because he had like a girl's name. So
Yeah.
it was just my way of being a dick back to him. That's really all it was.
Yeah.
But I kept doing that, and then eventually he got pissed off enough that I was doing this. So in the high school, like in the hallway,
Yeah.
he wanted to try scrapping. I'm like, all right, well, let's fucking go. It's like cement floors, it's a school.
Yeah,
and
lockers.
Yeah, so we're fucking throwing a few fists. Nothing particularly like solid shots getting in on either one of us.
Yeah.
And then I got him close and started giving him the rabbit punch hockey style, like trying to jersey him.
him.
Exactly. And then I pushed him back, got a little bit of distance, just like maybe 4 feet between us. Like I kicked him in the gut and I dropped him with a stone cold stunner.
No.
I did, man. I fucking hit a stone cold stunner in real life. I'm pretty sure he broke his jaw. He didn't have to have it wired, but he had like real issues and like he couldn't chew things for a while.
Yeah.
My tailbone, I fucking swear to God, it was up in my teeth. Like, holy shit. On the cement floor like that. Oh my God, that hurt. That hurt. Like it ended the fight. And not because like I couldn't continue or he couldn't. It was just, I hurt him so much that like I didn't want to keep hurting him. And I
Yeah,
hurt
it was
myself so
over.
much that I didn't want to keep getting hurt.
Yeah.
And so it ended. It's like, I guess you could say I won that fight. It just kind of ended. Like he
Listen,
could
man.
he could have kept going. He didn't tap out, and I could have also kept, but it just ended. We actually became somewhat decent friends after that. We were very cordial. No teachers broke it up. But the one thing that was kind of neat is the whole, like a crowd formed around us, obviously. And they were going, fight, fight, fight. That's gone now. That's a fucking thing that's gone.
That is a
now
thing
they
of the
scream
past.
World Star and shit.
World Star!
Live
Oh,
leak!
that's so true.
Fight the whole fight. That's all
That's
gone
over.
now.
Dude, I can't believe you dropped him with a stone cold fucking stunner. So people showed up for a fight and got some wrestling.
The funny thing is, like, as soon as I realized, like, holy shit, this isn't just gonna be like he pushes me, I push him back. I realized it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
I planned out the stunner. Like, I knew at some point this fight, I'm gonna hit him with a stone cold stunner because it
Yeah.
just felt right.
It felt like the appropriate move for the
Yes,
situation.
it did.
Did you have like a cousin or like a friend of your similar age that when
No.
you guys were like,
I didn't live anywhere near any of my family.
or it could have been a friend?
Oh, friend.
I'm
Okay.
not being.
What
I
about a
said
friend? Yeah.
Like when you were say between the ages of like 9 to 12 or 13, that you would like do wrestling moves to each other.
Yeah.
Dude, that used to be the fucking best.
I got pretty fucking good at a lot of them.
Man, so my little brother is 5 years younger than me. So, when I was, say, 12, he was
Yep.
fucking, oh, God, I don't do math.
7.
And so there's a fair bit of size difference.
Yeah.
So, man, I used to be able to, like, power bomb him and
Nice.
give him the tombstone. But my absolute favorite,
Rock bottom.
Razor's Edge.
Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, dude.
Onto like the bed or something or
Oh,
pillow?
so, man, my parents were...
Snowbank?
My parents were weirdly cool about this, but we had this like really fucking retro weird ass couch downstairs.
Yeah.
And the way it was like a pull-out bed, but not. Like the cushions pulled out, they were like folded over each other to make a couch.
Sure.
Or you could pull them out onto the floor and they made like a bed. And so we used to have that down there, and then we'd set up like a bunch of other big pillows and stuff that we had. And yeah, we'd wrestle on that, do wrestling moves to each other. And then the way the fucking back of the couch worked, we would get up on that and treat that like the top rope.
Yeah.
So we'd be like doing flying elbows on each other and stuff off of the top rope. And yeah, dude, it was so much fucking fun. I used to love doing that as a kid. It was hilarious.
For anyone that doesn't know, the razor's edge, just so I can like draw out the picture.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
when you get a guy to stand kind of like Jesus, like his arms out, you lift him up behind your back.
Yeah.
So like basically his, let's say, waist is at the bottom of your neck. He's facing backwards. You grab him from his biceps and slam him down.
Yes.
Like that is it is a very aesthetically pleasing looking move too.
It is so, and very low risk.
Yeah. As long as you flat back him and not too
Yeah.
much on his like upper back, like to his neck.
And then the other one I used to do to him all the time is I'd put him up on my shoulders
Yeah.
and swing him out and like drop him down.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So like his head like kind of stayed there, almost like a backwards stunner.
Yeah,
But
okay.
like taking him off it was so fucking fun.
That's sick.
Yeah, dude, I used to really enjoy that. Me and my brother were like so into wrestling when we were kids. Like, if we weren't downstairs wrestling and pretending we were wrestlers, and my parents used to buy us. Do you remember when the CDs used to come out with
Yeah.
all the fucking wrestlers' walkout music?
Yes.
So we used to.
I used to have a bunch of those.
Oh, dude, we'd put the CD on. You'd know your track that you'd want for your whoever you were pretending to
I think
be.
it was volume 4 or something was the best one.
Yeah, would that be with like the DX theme?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it and
yeah, yeah,
everything?
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
dude. We used to always, and then we had these like big teddy bears.
Yeah.
That were like, they were probably like 3.5 feet tall, and sometimes we'd be a tag team. We'd be like X-Pac and Triple H, and
Oh,
like we had to
fuck
beat
yeah.
the shit out of the teddy. It was fucking wicked, man.
That song pumps me up every time
Oh,
a
dude.
DX theme song comes on.
So
like
fucking
it's on a
fun.
few of my random playlists, like just it's that Spotify makes. Whenever
Yeah.
that comes on, so the music going, I'm just like, oh, I'll fucking start screaming. I'll fucking start like crotch chopping and everything. In your high school or elementary school, did you ever have someone that smeared shit all over the walls in the bathroom?
No.
That never happened, or is it just that you don't know? About it?
Don't know of it. I also
Maybe I lived in a fucked up place because it happened at least once a year.
I didn't go into the washroom very much.
No, it's not about going in; it's about hearing the stories. I never.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, I never heard of anybody smearing shit on the washroom walls.
Oh fuck! We had a guy in elementary school. I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
Yeah.
That did it. But it seemed like every year somebody smeared shit on the walls in a bathroom. But
Yeah.
like I don't know if it was the same person, like serial shit smearing.
Yeah.
Or was it like a different person every year?
Sure.
But like it was a very common and well known thing. But like I was in the washroom.
You had a fucking serial shit smearer.
Yeah. I was in the washroom. There was no shit all over the walls.
Yeah.
And then I went back to class. The period ended, and then me and some friends went there. One of them went to go take a piss. So like we're talking like a 5-minute gap.
Oh, you just missed
We
the
just
shit
missed
smearer.
it, and we just missed it. But like because we were like lined up at the door to leave when the bell rang.
Yeah.
When we walked out, the bathroom was like I don't know, first door to the right, like
Sure,
right there. Like,
wrecked.
it was in view.
Yeah.
We saw someone leaving. So it's David West. That's right. If you ever fucking hear that, David West, Perry Sound, Ontario, we know that you smeared shit on the walls, buddy.
Oh,
I
no
fucking
way.
know it was you.
Was he in school with you all the way through?
Until I moved, but yeah, he was in my class
And
every
that's
year.
where the shit smearing happened, is always in that school.
Well, a couple different schools, but we were in the
Oh.
same schools together.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
so it was
but-
probably him.
Yeah, but it happened like as far as I know, maybe once a year. I don't remember for sure happening more than once.
Yeah.
But I'm positive that it was fucking him, man. If it's not, like, then he knows who it was because he just missed the real culprit.
The real shit smearer.
Yeah.
The shit smearer of Perry
The thing is,
Sound.
for all I know, he might have been in there shitting.
While you were, that's what I was about to
While
say.
I was taking my
Did
whiz.
you see anybody like feet in stalls when you were in there, or didn't?
No,
notice?
because I didn't do the ninja back then. I do now. I didn't then.
What's the ninja?
Oh, you don't know the ninja?
It's when you crawl under all the stalls.
No, dude. the ninja is the stealthiest but funniest thing. You know when people are sitting in like public washrooms, whatever, when there's someone else there, or maybe you're even like this, when there's someone else in the room, you try not to shit. Like you're basically just sitting there like holding it in on the can.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I go into a public washroom of any capacity and I know someone's sitting there and I can't hear them farting and shitting, it means they're like camera shy sort of thing, right? They're shit shy. So like I'll do my business and wash my hands or pretend to at least, and then I'll go to leave. And then as soon as I like open the door, I'll just like let it close again, but I'm still in the washroom. And then they think that I left, and then you just hear and then that's when I scream, "Gotcha!" anyway, that's the fucking ninja.
Those people can never shit in a public bathroom again.
I do it to people at work all the time in the tech washroom upstairs. Every now when I see a pair of dirty boots, but I don't hear any shits happening, I'll fucking pretend to leave, and then I'll be like, "Gotcha!" I must have got the same person a few times by now.
On the same topic of shit, like, can you imagine working as a kindergarten teacher?
Oh, I wouldn't.
Dude, like a kid coming out being like, "Miss,
I shit myself.
I need you to wipe my ass. I can't figure out the button and I piss my pants."
Oh, fuck.
Dude, that's what's hard, man. So just think, like, a kindergarten teacher needs to go get the same amount of education as, like, a fucking grade 7 teacher.
Yeah.
Right?
But they're only counting by twos, tying shoes.
And, like, you're responsible for wiping shitty asses.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because there's definitely kids who go to kindergarten and don't know how to wipe their fucking hole.
Oh, for sure. There's lots.
Dude, that would be such a rough job. Like, how do you even respond to that?
I wouldn't.
If some fucking, imagine first day of kindergarten, some random ass 5-year-old just comes out of the bathroom, fucking pants around their ankles, dangling fucking dick in the middle of the room. I'm finished.
I'm finished. I'm ready.
Wipe my bum.
I don't know.
Dude, it's so fucked. Man, that is one thing, like, looking back on it, like, when you're in kindergarten and, like, grade 1 and stuff, the amount of just, like, full fuckery that goes on is absolutely insane. Like, you should, in a kindergarten classroom, there should be fucking 4 teachers. Like, to deal with 20 kids. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just because of the amount of fucking chaos that ensues. Like, 5-year-old kids are fucking wild, man. And they really don't have any filters. Like, they'll just be saying some fucking ridiculous shit. Like, you know, you'll go home, like, a little kid might come in one day and be like, "My daddy has magazines with titties on it."
They just say the fucking dumbest shit.
Oh, dude, it's and they can't fucking keep a secret for the life of them. You fucking tell
God forbid one ever falls on a skateboard and has a black eye. Oh, God. Because the teacher won't even know if they should, he fell on a skateboard, or her fucking, you know, his dad just beat the shit out of him for not doing the dishes.
Fucking clubbed him. Oh, dude, it's so fucked. Being a kindergarten I bet that's the hardest job as a teacher.
If they're all potty trained, I bet it's the easiest. As long as you like kids. Me, I don't like kids, so it'd be hard. I think I could handle like 3rd or 4th graders. 4th. Maybe 4th grade, you're mature enough that like you can ride a 2-wheel bicycle. You know how to tie your own goddamn shoes. And you know how to like put on winter outfit to go play in recess. You know how to do up a zipper.
So we have these neighbors who live like a couple of doors down, and they have 2 daughters. One is like, I think they're like 12 and 8.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. I can't really tell fucking kids' age, to be honest.
I can't either. I'm so bad at it.
I fucking when we first moved in there, and I was like talking to Stephanie about the older child.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, she must be like 13, 14 years old." And Stephanie's like, "Are you fucking stupid? Like, she's like 12." It's like, "Oh, like, I don't fucking know." I was like, "Well, the little girl got to be like 10." And she's like, "No." Like,
I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
This kid couldn't fucking spell dictionaries.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like, but the younger one of the two, man, she's real confident in herself, and she will just fucking say the wildest goddamn shit ever. And it is so fucking funny. Just listen to her talk shit to her parents. It's the best. It's the fucking best thing ever. I'll be over on my patio drinking a beer, and they're 2 doors down. And it's like, "All right, you got to come in and clean your room." "Well, why don't you clean it?" It's like, fuck yes.
You bought me the stuff that made a mess.
Yeah. "I'll unplug your internet."
Is that what she said?
Yes.
That's so good. Oh
so
man,
fucking funny.
this woman's
man.
gonna be a savage.
Oh, dude, she is such a confident young girl. It is fucking incredible, and she just talks mad shit. We hear her talking to like other little kids on the street sometimes, and she's the organizer.
Yeah.
You know, there's always one of those in a younger group of people.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'll be like, "We're gonna go play soccer," and she's like, "No, we're gonna stay here and we're gonna play hopscotch because we need to work on our balance skills." And it's like, what the fuck, man?
Man, some kids have such motivation too. Like, where do you get the motivation to work on your skills at that age?
Oh, dude, she is so fucking funny.
Bro, I was at Rainbow Haven Beach walking along. And there was some kid making a sandcastle with, I don't know, like another child his age. And
Yeah.
I don't know how old they were, but I could guess and say like 4 to 5. Like, they were, I don't know, they were small, all right?
Yeah.
They were little.
Small humans.
And the kid just, he stands back with his hands on his hips and his like bottom lip poking out like, he's like, well, it looks pretty good, but we're not quite done yet. I'm like, what the fuck, kid? Like, how do you know what's done? It's a sandcastle. You take the sand, put it in a bucket, flip the bucket upside down, and you're done. Like, he's making a freaking contraption here.
Oh, dude, kids are fucking wild, man.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
you don't even realize, like, the amount of just, like, I think what's even better is when they say something, like, really sharp or witty.
Yeah.
And
They don't know that
They
that's-
don't fucking know that they said it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the fucking best, man.
Fucking foreign people do that sometimes too. They just say weird things.
Yeah.
And like, it makes sense. It's acceptable. I like what you just said, but it ain't right.
Oh, man.
Like, one thing I do at work now, because we got a foreign guy that works there, and he didn't realize what he was saying, because we're not shaking hands right now because of
Sure.
corona pandemic and everything. And he just goes to somebody, he's like, okay, well, we don't shake hands, so I'll do it wirelessly. And I thought that
Wirelessly?
he doesn't realize that that's so funny. I fucking love it to the point I say it to abso-fucking-lutely everyone, and everybody eats it up, and I like took it as my own now. But I completely robbed him of it.
You
he doesn't
fucking
know I
snaked
robbed
that
him.
dude's joke.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't a joke to him. That's the thing. It was just him like saying like, I'm gonna shake your hand now, but I'll do it wirelessly. Anyway, everyone fucking loves it. It's funny.
Dude, actually, this is really fucking funny as well. So we have these like two guys that work with us, and so one of the guys is Chinese and the other guy is from like India or something. And so they're both like Asian, right?
Sure.
And it's really funny. So the Chinese guy's been there a fucking long time and like really senior person there. He's fucking awesome at his job. He's a killer. And if sometimes like people are fucking rude, man, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people will fucking call in and they'll be like, I was talking to the Asian guy. And it's like, what the fuck? So now what he started doing is like when people call in and say that, he gives it to the new Asian guy. And it's fucking hilarious, man. It kills me. It is so damn funny. And it's just like, oh, it's just fucking so good. Yeah, I love it.
Oh man, I do a lot of stupid. I say stupid shit to people all fucking day, every day,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know you do.
all the fucking time. It's just how I am. I don't give a shit what I say to anybody. Told a kid not too long ago, like, I looked him right in his eyes in front of his mom, and I'm like, you really fucked that up, huh?
Yes, man, you told me about that. That's fucking hilarious.
I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't
that
believe
was like
it.
when you first got back to work after COVID.
Yeah, I
didn't.
I didn't have a filter yet. So like the kid just asked about something and it was wrong, and I just looked at him like, yeah, you fucked that up, huh?
Man, it's so fun, like, in our line of work, like, I don't know, I feel like once you get to know somebody who's making that purchase, and, like, like, we're salespeople, and they start to let their guard down, and then, like, man, that's when, I think people don't realize when you come into that setting of, like, buying something and dealing with a salesperson, like, if you let your guard down and have fun in the situation and just make it a good time,
Yeah.
that's when you're getting the best deal. Like,
fucking right.
that's when you're getting taken care of the best.
Yep.
Because now it's just become this fun interaction and there's not too much pressure on it. And, like, it doesn't feel like anybody's angry.
Yep.
Like, you're not angrily buying something. It's like, no, this is fun. Like, everybody should be having a good time. Like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that to people all the time, man. I've so many times, like, a deal was just too easy, and
Yeah.
I knew that I was gonna be able to double end it and get some on the back too.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is gonna be a good deal. I'm like, just like I feel bad because like I think that this person deserves just a little bit
Little
of something.
Little something.
Right. So like I'll tell people flat out like, you sure you didn't want to negotiate something? Like,
Yeah.
like I guess that new like SUV would look pretty fucking nice with some nice floor mats in there. Don't you think so? Like,
Yeah,
think you
gotta,
want that,
like,
or
lure them into it.
Yeah.
And and like, when people are dicks though, you don't want to give up a dime.
No, exactly.
You don't want to give them anything because they're assholes. But
Yeah.
when someone's like super fun,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I want to do something for you. You're cool as shit. Like,
Yeah.
thanks for picking us.
No, I do that. I do that pretty often. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe once or twice a month at the most. Like if
Yeah.
I'm like really vibing with someone, I know it's just gonna be a good deal, and they probably like.
Gonna send you some business.
Yeah. If I'm confident that I'll get some more out of it, it's like, oh, fucking
Yeah, let's make this an over the top experience.
fuck yes. Do you ever pull any pranks on people, like at work or ever?
Yeah, definitely. At work, we have like a really fun culture of chirping each other.
Yeah.
So we're just constantly like, like talking shit. And for example, one of my coworkers, every now and then he wears this dress shirt, but it's like a white shirt with black vertical stripes on it.
Okay.
And then as soon as he rolls in, I'm like, yo, bro, think you can get me a fucking fresh deal on some Jordans? Like, what's up? And I just like will act like he works at Foot Locker all day.
Yeah.
It's just little shit like that. Like, it's just fun. And yeah, but in terms of pranks, one of the other guys, we box his car in all the time.
That's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
That's like there's pranks, but that's one of those pranks that like I don't even find them funny after a while. I'm like, that's just fucking annoying. Unless everyone is on like standby to like move their cars.
So usually what we'll do is so there's certain nights where he like might jet 5 minutes early.
Yeah.
And on those nights is when we fuck with him.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like we're all leaving anyways.
Yeah.
Like a few minutes after, but he just ends up being the very fucking last to leave because we all got to move our cars. But yeah, he's also our fucking boss, so that's what makes it even fucking funnier.
I think I want to pull a prank where I would get like something really stinky, like a little bottle of blue cheese or something.
Yeah.
And I want to put it in someone's drawer and just like where they don't notice, like it's a drawer that like it's in the back,
Oh man, actually this
Wanna
wasn't
do
really
something
a
like that.
prank, but we had Chinese food at work like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
What did the Chinese guy at work call it? Food?
food.
Oh, okay.
No, man, he talks mad shit about fucking North American Chinese food. He says it's like
Oh, it's not real Chinese food. Chinese food's not like this. It has much more salt in MSG.
he doesn't talk like that, but he's definitely like, yeah, he's like, this isn't fucking legit Chinese food. Like, this isn't what it actually tastes like. And now, mind you, he says it's delicious, but
So it's not real, but it tastes damn good.
it's good anyways. But yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, again, not a prank. I was upstairs eating my lunch, like Chinese food, and couldn't finish it. Like I had something to do, so I just fucking popped it in the fridge. I don't use the fridge at work.
So it was there for a bit.
So 2 weeks later,
So today.
yeah. Or it wasn't today. It was like a few earlier in the week. It might have been like two. Anyways, it was up there for a couple of weeks. And the girls from accounting come downstairs and they're like, who fucking left Chinese food in the fucking fridge? And they're like getting real mad. And I'm just like sitting there. And then I'm like, was that me? Did I do that? And then they start blaming it entirely on someone who wasn't there. So I just kept my mouth shut. So then, like, I know it was my Chinese food. And then I was talking to one of my coworkers who I have a great relationship with. And I was like, hey, that's my fucking food. And then we were just like dying laughing for the rest of the day because it was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
I wonder if those fucking people from like the upstairs office or whatever, were they more pissed off about the Chinese food in the fridge or the Chinese food in the fridge that they didn't complain about already? Because 2 fucking weeks is a long time. Like they should have bitched about it like 10 days earlier.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking. From what I'm told, I didn't see it. They cleaned the fridge.
Like who gets
It
the
was
breaking
fucking
point?
nasty. Yeah, I don't know. Well, see, yeah, I guess because they do use the fridge. Like I don't use the fridge at all.
That's what I'm getting at.
bring my
Like I
lunch
feel
in
like
a
I
fucking
feel like they
cooler
were
bag.
probably just more pissy because Karen didn't fucking see it sooner.
It was fucking so funny. So goddamn funny, man. I love little shit like that. Little like inside jokes at work are the fucking best. With just
yeah.
you and another coworker.
Yeah.
And like everybody else is reacting to something and you know the actual situation. You're like, this is fucking so good. I think that's like in life though. Whenever you see like inside jokes with your friends are always fucking the best jokes.
Dude, I love them. My whole world is just inside jokes and fucking Adam Sandler movie quotes.
Oh, dude, it's fucking great.
The best prank that I think I ever fucking pulled, and I don't even think it was a prank. Like in hindsight, I think it was just malicious.
Oh god,
It was just
you were just admitting to fucking so much foul play
No.
today. What's wrong with you?
So it was actually when I was in high school.
Yeah.
We were I was in the theater stuff too, so I did a lot of lighting and stage design and camera work and stuff for theater.
Yeah.
And so I had access to like the entire building, like
Yeah.
up into the rafters and shit of the auditoriums and all that. Well, the easy access was in the roof of the library. There was like a 2-floor library, and you can go up into the second floor, climb up through like a little hatch, and then go in. You could be on like the rafters for like changing like the curtains and everything.
Yeah.
So I just happened to already be up on that catwalk, and then I decided to go down into the library. This was well after the library was closed, and I had like a couple other friends that were like, we had to pull like the bags around and shit.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, let's fuck with the fucking library. So we were in there. We had time to ourselves, so we just rearranged books. We rearranged like probably 5,000 of them.
You're a bad person.
I thought it would be a simple like, oh, well, this goes here, this goes there. But then when you get enough of those and you don't know which ones they are, and it's like, oh, here's a list of the ones we switched around. It's just like they're random. And oh my God, I was in the library the next morning when the news like came to be of like all the books are fucking wrong. And I'm shitting you not. The librarian was just weeping. I was totally about to own up to it, thinking it would be the easiest thing. But then when I was like understanding like how devastating this was to her, and the fact that the gravity of it was like, it wasn't just like, well, here's the 100 books that are switched around, when it was like thousands and thousands of them. Like it was like a solid like hour and a half worth of effort of like 4 people. And like, yeah, anyway, just the fucking waterworks, and just like I realized, oh my God, like this is
I made a mistake.
her pride and joy is making sure that XE 453 is right after XE 452. You know what I mean? Like it's in order.
Oh
Yeah, and everything in like there's 2 floors of it's a fucking major school. There's like thousands of students in it. You know, this is a massive fucking library, and everything was all fucked, and it was all my fucking.
no.
I was the ringleader of that.
Oh, Johnny.
I'm not sure if it ever got fixed, like fully.
Dude, well, just think, sometimes books might sit somewhere for fucking ever that nobody...
There's probably books in libraries that have never been signed out.
Do you know what's fucked? The only way they realistically could have fixed that was taking every single book off the
And
shelf
starting from
and
fresh.
start from scratch.
Yep.
Because you wouldn't just be able to go around and be like, oh, this is in the wrong place, that's in the wrong place. It's too many.
Yeah. Well, especially because like you don't have like the index right there, so you don't know if it's supposed to be there. You don't know what kind of book it is. Is this fiction? Is this nonfiction? Is this poli-sci or what? You know what I mean?
Oh
like
my
what is
God.
this? You don't know the sections, so then you got to go like to the little computer thing that would, or whatever, the Rolodex that would tell you where the book is. You know, and you have to try to cross-reference everything.
Man, you know though that there's
They might still be fixing it.
Oh no, dude. There was some missus, guaranteed, who was like still a fucking student in university. And they were like, we want you to come in and organize this fucking library for us.
Oh my god.
And that was her wet dream, man. They told her on the phone and she was just,
Her name was definitely Michelle.
Michelle just fucking loved organizing those books.
God,
she
that
had
would have been the
such a
worst.
good fucking time. She was just coming in there, her hair all up in a messy bun, fucking big glasses on. She's probably wearing a white button-up shirt, huge tits.
Is this a little bit of a fantasy?
I don't know.
Was there ever a hole in your wall that you fucked or something? Like, where do you get these thoughts?
Dude, I don't know. Okay, do you know what I think it stems back to? When I think I talked about her already, but in junior high, we had this fucking teacher, man, and she was so hot. Like, so hot. It was probably realistically, as like a young juvenile, adolescent, or whatever.
Sure.
Like, so I would have been 13 or 14.
Yeah.
Like, it probably was the first, like, grown woman that I looked at. Because, you know, when you're 13, 14, you're attracted to the 13 and 14-year-old girls around you.
Yeah.
Like, the people you developed relationships with. But that was the first grown woman, not in a magazine, not on TV, that I looked
Real
at.
life human.
I was like, I fucking just want to do everything to you. Like, if
Man, that's great.
Dude, that's like when I hear about these kids, like, in fucking schools down the States and stuff, who are like, my hot teacher had sex with me, and they fucking go narc.
Oh,
like,
God.
you little bitch.
I'd have to tell everyone, though. That's the problem. But I'd feel bad that she got locked up from it.
Dude, oh my God. Those kids, those, like, and I guess it never happened to me, so I don't fucking know what the exact situation was. But man, if I was 13 or 14 years old and that fucking rocket hot teacher was just like, I'm going to need to see you after class.
Fuck.
And then I came in, fucking top unbuttoned a little bit, fucking good cleavage.
Man, I had a pretty hot, I think it was 9th or maybe 10th. It was one of my science teachers anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking Miss Kuwala.
Cool.
But it was spelled like Kujala.
Okay.
She actually looked a lot like Veronica Vaughn from Billy Madison. Like, very similar. Like,
Dude,
sort of
yeah,
look to
yeah.
her.
When I think of, like, so when I was just thinking about Michelle,
Yeah.
like, I was thinking Veronica Vaughn. Like,
Nice.
that was my fantasy.
Oh, Veronica Vaughn.
Do you remember the scene where she's, like, tutoring Billy?
Yeah.
And she's, like, taking off pieces
What year
of
was the
clothes?
Spanish flu or whatever? And she's like
That's it,
unbuttoning.
man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the fantasy. She had that fucking cardigan on before. Oh! God damn.
I had this science teacher. She was hot, looked like Veronica Vaughn, and she had a desk that wasn't like one of those big wooden desks. Like, it was like open at the bottom, so you could like see her legs and stuff. And she was wearing a short skirt one day, and I was trying to get like the upskirt angle, but I couldn't quite do it. In the middle of class, I convinced someone that was sitting like 2 rows over from me to switch seats, and they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, it's got a bad draft here," sort of thing. Just so I could go sit there and I could fucking see straight up the fucking triangle. Oh man, it was like a little Dorito-sized fucking piece of panties, or maybe not. I don't know.
It's dark up there.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, that was like, I went out of my way for that upskirt.
Dude, I mean, you put the effort in. You know,
Yep.
she was a hot lady in a position of power.
Yep.
I understand.
Fucking total bitch, though.
Oh, that sucks.
Although I did learn what DNA stands for because of her, and I'll always remember.
What does DNA stand for?
Dioxyribonucleic acid. I remembered that.
Wow.
Because of her. I also know about the whole like nucleus and shit.
I do remember some of that, but that was actually because Rob Wells' cousin taught me that.
Oh, you mean from Trailer Park Boys? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So Rob Wells' cousin
Yeah.
was my biology teacher in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. So yeah, Ricky's cousin. It was fucking cool.
Ricky's cousin.
Yeah, man, I've actually had a really cool experience with having teachers linked with famous people. Actually, only 2. And my other one of my professors at university, her brother-in-law is Michael Rappaport.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, she teaches here
I
in
hear that
Halifax.
guy's voice way more often than you might expect.
Oh, he's fucking so funny, man.
Dude, my 9th, no, it wouldn't have been 9th. It would have been like 11th grade drama teacher
Yeah.
was the elephant on Sharon Lois and Bram.
No.
She was she was the person in that costume.
That's so cool.
And she was, I don't know which one. She's either Humpty or Dumpty on the polka dot door.
man.
Or polka dot shorts, like the live action one that wasn't just puppets, like people in costumes. It was that one.
Yeah, the polka dot door.
Was the first one.
Yeah, but that had the dude that used to dress in the costume, right? Like the dragon.
Yeah, Pokeroo.
Pokeroo.
It was, so there was polka dot door and then there was polka dot shorts. I kind of get them mixed up. I feel like polka dot door was just puppets. Polka dot shorts was the one that came out that was like live action, like people in costumes.
So I think there's a polka dot door from like the late 60s, early 70s as well.
Okay.
Because I remember it was a show my dad watched when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
And then he had a bunch of them taped, and he used to show it to me when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But man, looking back on it, like,
Well, the show was on when we were little kids, and then by the time you were at the age you shouldn't be watching the show anymore,
Yeah.
it made a reboot.
as puppets.
I think it went the other way around. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think originally, well, maybe the old one was
The
live
old
action,
one, yeah.
and then the one in the mid to late 80s and early 90s,
Yeah.
was puppets. So
I
that's the one
just-
I would have seen as a child, and then it turned into live action again. She was one of the eggs on that, Humpty or Dumpty.
Oh man.
She was one of the eggs on there anyway. It turned out that any of the scenes with Phoebe or Feeble or whatever, like the fucking little that drove around on the ground, it was just an RC car with a bunch of sponges taped to it. But
Oh,
anything
really?
with that thing was a pain in the ass because I guess the retard that was operating him couldn't drive him very well. So like they had to keep redoing the scenes. But anyway, yeah, my teacher, her name was Lynn Roberge. She was both of those characters, which is pretty fucking cool to say.
Yes.
like-
So the original polka dot door
Yeah.
is from 1971.
Okay.
And this was the fucking dude.
Yeah. The Pokeroo.
Pokeroo. And then, but I remember fucking watching it when I was a kid. And it was right on up until 1993 with new episodes.
Oh wow! So that would have been the one I remembered, and then maybe the second one was when they turned into just strictly hand puppets.
Yeah.
I don't know what order it went in, but in the live action one, she was fucking one of the eggs.
But I remember, like, what was it that used to happen? The adults would leave and then Pokeroo would come?
Something I don't really remember.
And I just remember, like, the adults would leave, Pokeroo would come, and the fucking kids would do whatever with Pokeroo. And then Pokeroo would leave, and the adults would come back and be like, "Where's Pokeroo? Whoa, you had your imaginary friend." But then one dude would be sweaty as fuck.
Always.
Like, that was the dude who was in the Pokeroo costume.
Yeah.
And it was fucking hilarious. So, low-budget Canadian television.
Yeah, man, that show was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool. My teacher was those things. So the funny thing is, because she was the elephant, I at one point in my younger childhood had went to a live action like stage performance of Sharon, Lois, and Bram.
Yeah.
Like Skinner, Marinky, Dinky Dink.
Yeah.
And I got to like meet them afterwards as a small child, like, hi. And then I remember hugging the elephant. And then like flash forward, I don't know, legitimately like 7 or 8 years after
Yeah,
that. And then
she's your
she was
teacher.
my fucking teacher.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And in like a whole different place of the country too.
Yeah.
Like it didn't happen in the same place.
Yeah.
I thought that was insane. She was pretty cool. She was super French though.
Yeah.
So she was a bit fucking dumb, but
Yeah, super French people, they're challenging humans.
yeah. Do you want to get into some cock talk?
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Fellas, get ready to impress a chick. Helicopter dick, go helicopter dick. Helicopter dick. All right. To impress a chick, do the helicopter dick.
Dude, have you ever fucking fucked with people that passed out at parties?
This is going to a dangerous place.
I don't think it is.
Yes, I've never groped their penis, but one time we fucking passed out at a party, and this is the place I've mentioned. I had a summer job before, and we all went to work the next morning, and he was blue.
The cock or the guy?
Not his penis. No, his entire body. Not his entire body. All the exposed parts. So he was wearing a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
So everything was blue. And we did it with, what did we fucking do it with again? I think it was like blue food coloring that we fucking mixed up. And we fucking got it all over him and fucking covered him. And
Amazing.
he was stained blue for like a fucking week and a half. We actually got in trouble for that.
Huh.
Yeah, because where we worked to, he was like front facing with tourists.
Yeah.
And we had this Smurf looking motherfucker running around, and like, yeah, it was fucking bad. Our boss was not fucking impressed. We thought it was hilarious.
I was never one of those people that liked to draw on people and shit when they passed out, like drawing dicks on their face and stuff. I wasn't really never into that. Not saying it
Super
didn't
funny,
happen.
though. Very
I'm just
funny.
saying I did it very minimal amounts of time because I didn't really think it was all that funny.
Oh,
But,
yeah, you tell your story. I do have a very funny story about fucking with a drunk person.
Yeah. When I was this dude was passed out at a party one time, like on the ground,
Yeah,
and this was at a time when MySpace was still pretty popular.
sure.
So you could actually have like nudity on there because the reporting, if someone had a
Very
vulgar
slow.
picture, they were unoffended. They were offended with. Yes,
Yeah.
offended. That's the word. If they were offended by it, the reporting system wasn't great. It's not like Facebook where like they have like recognition, so they can just recognize what a tit looks like and there's
Yeah.
instant remove it. MySpace didn't have that technology. It might not even. Anyway, I hit some guy that was passed out. Some guy named Dimitri with the Arabian Goggle Witch.
What's that?
The Arabian Goggle Witch, it's the greatest move in history. So it's when the guy's passed out, Could be a girl, doesn't matter. It could be a person passed out, a fucking
Sure.
tranny, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay? Could be a dog even. It's probably fucked up then because you might look like you have a smaller dick. but people, it works. So what you do is when a person's passed out, you squat down with your drawers all the way down over their face. You like lower yourself so like one ball is basically in each eye socket and your dick is going down their nose. It's called the Arabian Goggle Witch. Anyway, I did that. Someone took a picture. It was up on MySpace at one point. Maybe it still is. I don't know. And then someone said, "Hold on, you got to do it again, Ryan. Hold on, I'm gonna trace an outline like it's a crime scene." So they got a fucking permanent marker and outlined my balls and my whole fucking dick along there. It didn't go as long as his nose, which was a little depressing. But in all fairness, he had a Russian nose. His name was Dmitri. So
man, we used to have parties at my house a lot in the summer.
actually, I think it was just Dima. It was either Dimitri or Dima.
Dimitri's cool.
Yeah.
We used to have like parties at my house when we were in high school, like in the summer times. My
Yeah.
parents would go away for a couple of weeks. And one of our buddies just used to fucking pass out every fucking time. Like by 12:30, 1 o'clock, belligerently fucking drunk and would pass out. So my parents would go away for 2 weeks and we would drink for fucking 2 weeks straight. So this one particular summer, we get night 3.
Yeah.
Fucking shit-faced, fucking goes and passes out like in a spare bedroom. And usually we're just like, whatever, fuck it. Leave him alone. Like, just let him sleep it off. He'll be fine in the morning. But then we were like, do you know what would be funny? Let's put him somewhere else. So what we started doing is, so like the first night we were pretty mild with it, right? So he passed out in the fucking spare room. We put him out in the middle of the hallway upstairs.
Seems fair.
Yeah, it was just funny. It was like, haha, you wake up in a different spot than you fucking fell asleep. Then the fourth night, we were like, all right, let's up the ante. So we put him on the island in the kitchen. And that's where he woke up.
That's a fall fire.
Yeah, it was a pretty big island.
Wait. It's a
Firefall.
Yeah, that's what did I say? I did say
fire.
fall fire, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so we put him up there and like it was a big island. Like he would have it was basically like fucking bed width. Like he would have to roll pretty far to fall off of it. Burp. And then the next night, then we're like, okay, let's fucking start getting creative. So then we really started fucking with him. So then we started putting him like on the back patio. And then eventually we started putting him in the fucking shed. And like it just escalated. Then we were putting him on the neighbor's patio.
You should have put him in a rental car and returned it.
But yes, man, he'd wake up in the morning and he'd just be like, where the fuck am I? Because he'd like wake up in a neighbor's yard in their fence on their patio.
Yeah.
It was so fucking fun.
You ever get anyone with the goat?
The goat?
You know, from Waiting?
I thought you didn't watch that movie.
Dude, it came out before 2011. Of course I've seen it.
Dude, we have talked about this movie not that long ago, and you said you've never watched it.
I've watched Waiting. I've never seen Waiting 2. I saw Waiting 1.
It's not called Waiting 2. It's called Still Waiting.
Okay, haven't seen that either.
Dude, yes, they're very good movies. But
Yeah, you never worked in a real restaurant, eh?
No, I only worked at a Timmy house.
That movie is like unfucking believably accurate, first of all.
Yeah, that's what Stephanie says as well.
Like every character in that movie is portrayed. It's not even like an extreme version of the real people. It's like maybe like a just touch exaggerated. And when I say a touch, I'm like,
maybe it's not.
The problem is it's like a couple times they split characters. So it's like this one person at the restaurant is that guy, but he's also that person too. You know what I mean? And it's like they split them to make more characters in the movie than in real world.
Yeah.
And anyway, the goat, for anyone who doesn't know, is so they would play this game where you would show other coworkers your balls unwillingly.
Yeah.
And each one was worth different points, but there was different things. So you could like stretch out your fucking
bat
nut skin for the bat wing, or you could pull it real tight and like put it between your fingers so it looked